Hey, what's up YouTube and Facebook and anywhere else that I decide I'm going to share this once I've done this video. I just want to talk about the 2024 Olympic Games. Now, a lot of people are jumping on me now because I've said certain things. They're trying to say that I'm into cancel culture and I'm supporting religions that have supported slavery and other moral stuff that I don't agree with, especially the whole trans issue. Like these athletes that are boxing, men boxing against women. I don't care what you want to say, that should just be not allowed. That's a combat sport. A man is going to be able to beat a woman pretty much any day of the week unless they're a really poor male boxer. They should be bigger, they should be faster, they should be stronger. I'm not saying they should be more or less talented, but a hit from a man and a hit from a woman, if you take the average man and the average woman who would be competing in the games, it's going to be night and day. So a lot of people are saying that I'm getting into cancel culture. No, I'm not. But raised in a Christian background, I don't believe in what they had portrayed or to be right. It's blasphemy. I don't care if they want to say that it's the Greek god or the feasts of the gods. That's absolute rubbish. That was literally set up to look like the Last Supper. And then you had the queer Jesus, as she called herself, post on her Facebook that she was the queer Jesus, and then an hour later she took it down because all the backlash started coming in. So if you're gonna like come to me with any stupidness about I'm this and I'm that and I'm a bigot and I'm a this and I'm a that, that's your opinion. Everyone's got an opinion. Or arseholes are like opinions, everyone's got them. That's your business, you know what I mean? So I don't have any problem with anyone doing what they want to do, but I'm going to do what I want to do. And this brings me back to the whole human rights issue side of things, because freedom of speech is now being stepped on, not stopped, where if one person has an opinion or an agenda or, you know, a feeling, then you can't then go opposing them, because you're then seen as a, what's the word I'm looking for? You're seen as harassing them, you're seen as hate speech, you're seen as this, you're seen as that. It's like, no, you cannot remove one person's freedom of speech for another person's freedom of speech. It's just, that's not how it works. So if somebody wants to do something, in my eyes, they're completely free to do so. But you cannot force another person to accept or adhere to your truth. So yeah, that's pretty much where it stems from. And there have been a lot of companies now, and a lot of companies that are owned by Christians who have been pulling out, and I appreciate that and I applaud them to that, because that shows that they're standing up for what they believe in and their religious freedom, and I think more people should do the same. So I posted this morning a full list of all the sponsors that are remaining a part of the Olympics, and unfortunately 2 of them I can't boycott, because it would at this particular moment in time completely stop what I'm doing. I didn't know that they were going to do this at the time of my purchases, and now this is that. But they're quite large purchases, so I can't then just go and pull the plug, because that's cutting off my nose to spite my face. And as much as I would not like them to have any money so that they couldn't do this and they, you know, go forward doing sponsorship deals with people who are doing that sort of stuff to make themselves rich, I don't really agree with that. But I'm not going to be stupid and cancel an order or something that I've been waiting 4 to 6 months for. So on that side of things, that's the reason why I have my feelings how I have my feelings. In the Bible it says we're coming into at the end of times, there'll be wars, rumors of wars, famines, plagues, pestilence, the fake god, Antichrist, all this stuff is being talked about, the mark of the beast. And it just seems as though as human beings we are running down the road to actually speed up and hasten the arrival of the Antichrist, which to some Christians is a good thing, because they believe that they are going to be taken up by the Lord and they will be saved because of their belief. But I don't understand why people are running towards these things that are being prophesied. It's like, you should just hang fire, be the best that you can be, live the good life that you can live, and have your beliefs and have your say on things. But you're supposed to be a part of the world, but not from the world. So a lot of these things are set there just to trigger people, and it's to allow influences into people's mind, and that is what is going on with the Olympics. Like, there was absolutely no need to have men jumping around on the stage. That it was just another agenda push. Like, yeah, you can be what you want to be. Look how many Olympic athletes are out and proud, but they've stopped making a big deal out of it, and they're focusing on their sport. They're focusing on their Olympic gold achievement, which is what every single person is wanting for. There's 14,000 athletes there. A lot of a high percentage of them must be bi, gay, lesbian, whatever. But it's just gone too much now, and it's always been a family-friendly thing. Now, what I find quite surprising is I've got a lot of people from the older generation who had very, very strict Christian values instilled in their house, and they had strict punishments at school, and everyone's now telling me about cancel culture. Everyone's telling me about wokeism. It's like, you lot are the biggest supporters of this whole agenda, or you don't speak on it at all, or you call me out for it. And I'm speaking to one person in general because I said I'd actually speak to her off the air, but I think this is the easiest way for me to just address everybody. Now, from the backgrounds that you lot were raised and the values that a lot of you instilled in my life from, again, friends of my parents, friends of my grandparents, whatever, you lot were brought up with the same values that I was brought up on. But instead of fighting back, there was kind of a time in the 80s and 90s where a lot of things were just starting to roll through and became accepted, and you just got used to it. I'm used to it. I've grown up with it. However, the major push, especially for the push to make these things publicly visible for young children, for it to be pushed in schools, for it to just be in advertising, television, it's just everywhere now. And that can't be right, because at the end of the day, dicks and butts don't make babies. A man and a woman is what is going forward. If everyone was to switch and everyone was to become trans, forget about IVF for right now, the world would stop. We wouldn't have any more people produced. And the Lord said that we're supposed to go out and reproduce and multiply. That's what humans are there for, to reproduce and multiply. We're supposed to live over the earth, which should be a paradise, but we can't do this if everyone's living in sin and blaspheming. So those are my complaints about the whole Olympics, and I will do everything personally in my power not to support any of the companies that are still supporting the Olympics, giving them money, because it means, oh, yeah, it's okay, you're fine with your agenda. Anywhere where I can now going forward, I won't be using any of those companies. It's as simple as that. And it's not cancel culture. It's an educated choice of mine that I do not want to have this education propagate or propagated any longer and push forward, because I don't want my children to have to deal with this crap, because it's already been pushed in their schools. I've already removed them from all the classes. I've gone and spoke to the head teacher, so they don't participate in those specific lessons. They know about gay people, they know about lesbian people. I don't want them to be into the whole trans thing, because I don't think a child at 8 to 11 years old needs to have that forced upon them. They don't know themselves yet. And for all these people that have been soft touch with their children, they can then say, you know what, things have gone wrong with my family personally, and my kids have gone off the rails. And it's all because they didn't push the right values in the first place. Like, it's just wrong. So I'd like my children to understand the way the world works, which is why we have chickens, and which is why we grow vegetables, and which is why we're outdoors a lot, and which is why they do good in school, which is why they have limited time on devices, so that they're not having the influence of these dark entities push down the phone and the tablet, because they shouldn't be exposed to these things. Like, children should be children. They should run around, they should dig up dirt, they should pick up earthworms, they should graze their knee. They shouldn't be talking about sexual deviance and adult topics. So, yeah, that's paedophilia again. It's just debauchery all round. Children don't need to know these things. And as I stand here, I'm sitting here, I've got Rain standing right in front of me, because a lot of these topics are being brought up to her, and she doesn't like them. She's nice to the people who have these mental disorders and believe that they are this or they are that, but she doesn't agree to it at all. Rain and River are very much in tune with Christ, and we haven't gone to church regularly, but through the school, being a Christian school, they know who God is. They know who Jesus is. And my children seem to be very, very religious and always asking, can we go to church? Can we go to church? I've got a good friend of mine, Christian. My children go to church with him. So they know right from wrong. And we haven't forced it upon them. It's our moral beliefs and our values at home that have pulled our children away from the world outside. Be a part of the world, but not of the world. So we are living our own life here in the best way that we can. If we can help people, we will help people. If we know people, we love our friends, we love our family, we show love to people and respect. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. And when I'm trying to explain this to people, they get it all confused. I went to school, I passed my exams. I went on to college and university, I passed my exams, I got my qualifications. If a man comes up to me and he looks like a man and he's dressed as a woman, I'm going to say to him, mate, go away, you're a bloke. If you come up to me and you're not coming with a whole agenda, and a man comes up to me dressed as a woman and says, hi, my name is Suzanne. I'll say, you're right, Suzanne, what's up? Because I'll show them the respect by calling them by their chosen name, but I'm not going to get into the whole pronouns crap. I'm not doing it. Simple as that. So I hope this doesn't get flagged as offensive to anyone, because I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just using my right to freedom of speech, and I'm just sharing my opinion. And this is the whole thing as well. If I have this opinion and somebody else has a totally opposite opinion, that's fine. I'm not going to argue about your opinion. You're entitled to it. So please feel free to state your piece and have your thing. But I do not have to accept it, and I do not have to go with what you're saying. I just don't. That's my prerogative. So anyway, I just wanted to just do a video where I could just get my opinion across. I will not be supporting any of the companies, bar three, because Nestle is a big food company now. Unfortunately, I use it and I'm kind of stuck. I want a certain flavor, so I've got to do it. And I'm not going to change absolutely everything in my world and mess up myself. But I will do my best not to support companies that are on that list. And these companies can continue doing what they're doing. They've obviously got a large audience and fan base, so they'll make many more they'll have many more customers, but I won't be participating. And as I said, I'll be respectful and polite to everyone as a human being, but I will not adhere to or accept certain terms and conditions that are being opposed upon me. It's just not going to happen, people. So yeah, it's not cancel culture, it's love, but I think everyone should have their own bubble that they're allowed to live in and make their own decisions based on what they feel is right for themselves. If we're dealing with feelings, everyone should have a feeling, everyone should have a say, everyone should have a voice. Anyway, I'm out. Later.